Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marilyn, and if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you like it here, please stay. Click on the notification bell for more videos and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching. You're the real MVP. So guys, this crime story is a very fresh one in that it's been on the trending pages here in Nigeria, and I didn't really want to talk about it, you know what I mean, but there's a current trend going on in Nigeria right now, and people are making this girl seem like she's evil, she was born evil. I think otherwise, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. Now, for context sake, because I know that it's not just Nigerians that watch me, I'll give you a backstory of what happened. A body of a powerful TV CEO was discovered on the floor, tied, and stabbed to death. There was blood all over the walls of the room, and there were signs of a struggle. Investigations commenced, and from the owner of the Airbnb and from the rentage deal and everything, they apprehended his mistress. His mistress is a 21-year-old Chidinma Ojukwu. After she was caught by the police, the press came in and they started interviewing her and interrogating her, and God, she was just talking. And in my head, I was like, where is a lawyer? You know what I mean? This is, you don't do this. You only talk to your lawyer. But by the way, I digress. So she said, I'll play a clip of the interview for you, just a little snippet of it because of copyright issues.
Death of the chief executive officer of an organization by a university undergraduate has continued to attract public attention and divergent views. Annie Daniels had an up-close interaction with the suspect in Lagos, and her findings is what she's standing by to tell us.
When I stabbed into the first one twice, I threw the knife on the bed.
Until a few days ago, 21-year-old Chidinma Ojukwu was not known to the public. However, her desire to have an enjoyable and quiet time with her newfound lover, the chief executive officer of an organization, turned sour. And today, Chidinma is right inside the nets of the Nigerian police, answering questions to why she had to stab to death her lover.
I was on drugs, and also during the struggle that he was trying to strangle me, that was when I used the knife on him. That time he was sleeping. I tied his hand so that by the time he wakes up, he'll be able to give me what I want, and I'll go.
So you tied the man's hand?
Yes.
How? How was it that?
It was already high, so he didn't feel it, and it took more than I did. No, I didn't.
Because you said you tied his hands.
Yeah, for him not to, when he wakes, for him not to attack me.
But you had the mind to steal from him.
Yes. Yes.
So what would you want to steal from him? After all, you his boyfriend and two of you are enjoying yourself. So would you want to have the mind to kill him, to hurt him?
Yes, I needed the money.
After you had killed him, you still took away his ATM cards to go draw money from his account.
That's because I needed the money. So when he was gone, I just took everything and left.
If you had asked him, please, sir, on my love, after you called him, I need money from you for this, do you think he would have been so stingy not to give to you?
I asked him, but he said he didn't have.
And you knew he had the money?
Yes.
She said that she had known the deceased for some time now, and they've been together 3 times. That day he died was the 4th time they were together. According to her, she said they stayed in an Airbnb, like a small one-bedroom apartment that is rented out. So they stayed there for 2 nights, eating, drinking, having fun. They were smoking marijuana, all forms of it. They were taking Refnol, all kinds of hard drugs, and they were having fun. And she was like, on the 3rd day that she said to him, to the man, "You don't give me money, you don't take care of me." I'll come back to that because she made that statement twice. You don't give me money, you don't take care of me, you just want to play with me, play around with me, you just want to use me. You're not going to have your way with me today. And she said he eventually had his way. He forced her, and but she just stayed back for some reason, I don't know. She stayed back, and the second time he came over to her and wanting to have his way, and the struggle ensued, and he proceeded to strangling her. In that process of he strangling her, she said he hit her head on the wall, and she stretched her hands on the kitchen counter, got a knife, and stabbed him on the neck, on the back area, and he ended up being unalived. So yeah, he died. And she says to stay with him all. She stayed with the body all morning, and after he was dead, she took his cards, she took his driver's license, some bank statements, and she went away. You know what I mean? But this story actually changed again when another reporter interviewed her. Now this time, she said that after they had drank and smoked, that he became weak. Because I asked the question, how come a man, a 21-year-old girl would overpower a 50-year-old man that is a boxer? Because according to the blogs, they said he was a very active boxer. But she said that he had a lot of drugs in his system. She didn't have so much in her system at that time. So she was able to overpower him and tie him up. And under duress, she asked for his ATM card and his PIN, and he gave it to her, and she proceeded to stabbing him and killing him. That was another side of the story. She told the news. Now, my question is, was it premeditated? I would say no. Because if it was premeditated, she would not have spent 2 nights with him and killed him on the 3rd day. I think, it's my opinion anyways, I think it's because she has not been getting what she wanted from the man, which is money. And she proceeded to intimidate the man by, she saw that he was weak. She took advantage of him, tied him up, and, tried to intimidate him to give her his ATM pin so she can go to the ATM and withdraw money, which she got. To cover up, but this is a speculation on my part, to cover up for what she has done, tying him, intimidation, she had to kill him so she will be able to, get the money. What would a 21-year-old be doing with a 50-year-old man, if not a 50-year-old married man, if not for the money? You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to toe the line of a lot of bloggers who just condemns. Of course, what she did was evil. What she did was, she committed murder, so she has to face the law because she's 21. But let's not forget that we were 21 once. When I was 21, I guarantee you, like many others, we didn't make the best decisions, and coupled with her background. Now, it's not just her background. There is a moral depravity in Nigeria. I grew up in Nigeria. Okay, I did my bachelor's in Nigeria, University of Port Harcourt to be precise. And I was opportuned to live in the hostel for 1 year before I moved off campus because I wanted to, concentrate on my study. The hostel was too noisy. If not, I enjoyed the hostel. You know what I mean? What I saw was shocking because I'm someone who is very observant. I'm someone who listens. It's just something about me that attracts people to tell me their story, and not just people telling me. I saw this. A lot of parents here in Nigeria, especially the daughters, once their daughters get into the university, they start paying their fees, yes, and some go the extra mile of expecting their daughter in the university to send money home. This is something I have seen. Not once, not twice. A lot of girls in the university are actually taking care of themselves. And given the state of Nigeria, there is no loan for education. We don't have educational loan. They don't give young people loan to even start business. So Where do you think these girls get the money from? Of course, from old, depraved, married, unfaithful men. Because there is no jobs for even the graduates. Have you seen the unemployment rate? It's 33% at the moment. I mean, nobody's getting jobs. Young people are not getting jobs. They have all the time in their lives. And what better way to curb frustration than going into drugs? Now, the drug problem currently in Nigeria is on an endemic level. Like currently now, it's a pandemic. A lot of young people are hooked on marijuana. A lot of young people are hooked on things like tramadol, Refnol, pills, coke, crack cocaine. A lot of people are hooked. Why? Because the country is not working. People are frustrated. And give even in America, the impoverished areas are those areas that most of the time are hooked on drugs. So it is here in Nigeria. A lot of young people are hooked on drugs because the system, the government is not working. It's not working. Then let's talk about parenting. There's this thing Nigerian parents do. They think that, not all though, not all, but majority of them, a significant number of them, they think that putting just shelter, giving a child food, and paying for fees and probably clothing are the only ways to train a child. They forget that you instill morality into the child. Your child watch your actions. Your child watch your actions, and you lead on example. They forget that your child also have mental needs. Having children is not an easy job. If you're not ready to have children, don't have them. In Nigeria here, people just pop out children and hope that God trains these children for them. That's why you see them popping out 5, 4, 6 kids. How do you pop out 4, 6 kids in this economic condition, and you expect to train them? You expect to give them the best. It's not possible. Coupled with the hardship in the society. Have you finished chasing money? A lot of them have not finished chasing money. They go and chase money, to be able to meet the basic need of the child, thereby neglecting the core needs of the child, which is guidance. A lot of parents do not guide their children. Now take a look at the mother. Let's talk about her mom. According to the mom, she said she has been widowed, her dad died, and she got remarried, and she brought the girl into her new marriage. Now, because the girl was so problematic, she had to ship the girl over to her uncle to live with. She was living with her uncle until she killed someone. How do you ship a problematic child to somebody else when you cannot do the job? If you can't do the job, because who is the best person to actually, guard that child? It's you, the parents. So make it make sense. A lot of people are coming to the defense of this woman, saying that some children are so evil. Some children are so evil that some people are making an excuse that they have to send the child away somewhere, for fear to be instilled on the child by someone who is most likely authoritarian. Haven't you been authoritarian in your house? Haven't you tried all the methods and it didn't work? What makes you think the other person will do a better job than you? Some people even ship their children to boarding schools and they become mayhem in the schools, mass shooting and all that. Responsibility starts from home. As a parent, if you cannot do the job, then you don't get to blame. You don't get the right to blame other people. You don't get the right to blame other people. It's your job. It's your right. If you try your best, if she gets to 18 or 19 and you know that you've done your best and the child didn't want to learn and the child gets into trouble, you know that you've done your part. You've done your best. But for a mother to say she hasn't heard from my child for 10 years tells me the level of neglect she must have faced. Because there is this theory, nature or nurture. I don't believe anybody is born bad or born evil. No child is born evil. I vehemently refuse to accept that. I think a child is a product of its environment. Nigeria is a depraved place to raise a child, quite frankly. quite frankly. Except you are off the middle class, you know what I mean? You're up there. You have a steady stream of income that you have time to care for your kids and to checkmate their every moves and make sure they go to the right school, they keep the right association. If you can't afford to do that, you're doing well. But that's not the story of a lot of people in this country. A lot of people, there is neglect going on. There is neglect going on. This is not like a proper crime story like the way I do it, but I just want to put my 2 cents. Let's just not point fingers and say you're evil. You have an evil gene. No. I will not be part of the bandwagon that does that. I think it's an accumulation of so many things that caused her to kill. And that girl is the poster child of the current Nigeria. We have a lot of Chidinmas rolling around, whether we like it or not. We have a lot of girls that we have not trained, that we just unleashed into the society. And people say, don't blame the parents that are hardworking. Hardworking, you're a failure. You are a failure if you fail in your home front. Let's call a spade a spade. That girl, I repeat, is the poster child of the society. And I hope they will not end her life in this situation. I just hope, because I could remember at 21, I didn't make good decisions, and people who are judging, I'm sure you were 21 once, you know what I mean? And the Nigeria of your then is not the Nigeria today. I speak to a lot of teenage people, I speak to a lot of youths, a lot of young people, and if they tell you what they go through, oh my God, these are children that are now exposed to social media. They see what is going on all over the world. It's not like then we didn't know about mental health. It's not like then we didn't know about trauma. It's not like then we didn't know about toxicity. Yes, we could feel the pain, but we didn't know what it was. Right now, kids know. A lot of children are depressed. There is anxiety. Mental health. Nigeria, unfortunately, do not take care of mental health, especially in young children. What they do is, if your child is misbehaving, they term the child of the devil. They are so stupidly religious. They apply religion to everything. They term the child that the child is being influenced by the devil. Sometimes they flog the child. When has flogging done anything? I was one of those child. The more you flog me, the stubborn I became. When has flogging solved anything? A lot of parents barely dialogue with their children. You know what I mean? Ignorance is not an excuse for anything. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, parenting, and oh, the parents, this. I'm not going to sit here and defend no parents. Just like I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, she's just a child. Yeah, she is a child. She's a child. But she has to, unfortunately, face the law. But I hope the law will be lenient to her and see that she's the product of this society. I hope justice will come in the form of rehabilitation. You know what I mean? The man is dead, is dead. I don't believe in taking another soul, especially that one this young, who has a lot of things to learn. And sometimes what has happened may not completely be a fault of hers. So I just hope justice prevails and directs towards rehabilitation. Maybe get her a short sentencing, or you know what I mean. But she has to, one way or the other, pay for her crime. But I don't believe death should be the ultimate price paid. She's committed a heinous, terrible crime. But you cannot sit here and tell me that she is to blame for everything without looking at other factors that may have contributed to her resulting into murder for money. A lot of news are talking about peer pressure. You know what I mean? What will make young people resort to drugs? Let us always start to think from the roots. Let us look at the real root cause before we start going to results. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just say, oh, peer pressure. This child just wants to be a bad child. A lot of the time it's not that way. There are causations, there are underground things such as the environment, household, society. You know what I mean? They are underlying cause of this. So let's just stop this campaign of, oh, she was born evil, she was born bad. Granted, she did the unimaginable, taking a life. But we just cannot sit down and say, oh, she's evil, she was born that way. She's going through a lot right now. She has tendered apology to the family, and she has said she's sorry for her crimes. Unfortunately, sorry will not bring back the dead man. But then, one is gone. We cannot kill another one for what we have caused. The society caused it. This story is not just going to be the last of it. There are so many evil stories that will come from the system we have created. That's just what it is. So guys, that's just my little rant. That's what I want to talk about. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay glorious. Bye.